Hello everybody, thank you for joining us for our virtual subject evening. My name's Amy Smith and I'm the Marketing Manager for East Coast College. Just to make you aware, we are recording this session, that's just so we can make it available to any students who are unable to join us this evening, but none of your details will be available in the recording. In this session, we are going to be covering our childcare and education courses. So we're joined by some of our tutors this evening who will take you through the different courses that we have on offer, tell you a bit about what you will study, and also take some of your questions live at the end as well. So if you look at your screen, you should see a box that says Q&A. That's where you can type all of your questions in. So as we go through the presentation, if there's anything you're not sure about or anything you'd like to ask, please pop it in there. And then once everybody has spoken, we will answer them all live together at the end. So I'm just going to hand you over to Helene, who is our curriculum manager for childcare, and she's going to introduce the team. Over to you, Helene.
You're on mute, Helene.
Yeah. Oh dear, I was so good as well. It's not going to go as well this time, is it? Thank you, Melanie. So I was just going to say welcome everybody to Childcare, to our virtual subject evening. You are very welcome, and we have some excellent childcare practitioners here and some workplace assessors who are going to talk to you a little bit more about some of the exciting courses that we offer here. So I'll stand back and hand you over to Sue, who is our programme leader for our level 3.
Hi, my name's Sue Alger and I help to run the level 3 childcare course in early years. Now, this is the course you need to do if you want to work in any aspect of working with children. This is a 2-year course, and at the end of that 2 years, you will be a fully qualified practitioner, which means that you can work in nurseries, you can work as a nanny, you can work in creches, you can work in any field, more or less, of working with children from 0 to 5 years old. You may even be able to get a placement in a school if you wanted to. Now, throughout that course, you will be 3 days a week in college and 2 days a week in professional placements. So you'll actually be going out and working with babies, with toddlers, with a reception class, maybe in a school. So you'll actually get hands-on experience with those children where you will learn so much. And you will see the theory that we teach you in college in action, in placement. Now, this is a professional qualification. So it's not like a school GCSE, this is professional training. You will be a level 3 practitioner, and this is the equivalent to doing 3 A levels. So as you can imagine, for 3 A levels, it's quite a lot of study. Now, you do need 4 GCSEs at grade 4 to have entry onto the course, and we do require English and maths. But the good news is at the end of this 2 years, you can, as well as being a qualified practitioner, able to work in all of the fields I've said, you can go on to degree courses. So if you wanted to go further in your career, you might fancy doing children's nursing. You might like midwifery. You might want to be a primary school teacher. You might fancy the social care side of things. There are so many different career opportunities you can go to, because this will unlock your door to university. Now, you can go away to university and do an accredited course with these qualifications, or you can progress onto a degree course at the college here. So if you don't want to pay out for fees for accommodation, you don't want to leave home, you can stay here and you can study at the college. We do quite a few different types of degrees that are all to childcare based, which can lead you towards a teaching qualification if that's the route you wanted to go. If you want to go midwifery, children's nursing route, you would have to go away to university. But that's a little bit about our course. Now, if you think, well, this is something I really want to do, I really want to work with children, but I don't know if I'm going to get those GCSEs. What if I fail those GCSEs? Does that mean I can't do it? That doesn't mean that at all. It just means that you have to take a slight different pathway, and that would take you onto our level 2 childcare course, which will prepare you for level 3. You can progress onto the level 3. Now, our lovely Neve here is going to tell you about level 2 childcare, and if by some horrible chance you didn't manage to get the qualifications for that, the level 1. So I'll hand you over to Neve.
Hello, thank you, Sue. Hi, yes, my name's Neve Gray. Let me tell you a little bit about our level 2 course. It's a year course. It's lots of fun. We do work hard, and everything we do on level 2, so the subjects that we cover and the assignments you'll be writing, will really help to prepare you for your progression to level 3. There's lots of different subjects we cover, so as you'd expect, safeguarding, partnership working, and yeah, like I said, it would really help you to, you know, to be ready for that next step in your time at college. As Sue said, that if that didn't go to plan and you didn't get the grades for level 2, then you can come on to level 1. Now, level 1 is a lot of fun. We do cover a lot of topics again that underpin your understanding for level 2, because the hope is that you'll do really well on level 1 and progress to level 2. And that is always the hope. Now, students who come on to level 1 are a combination of people who either want to work in childcare or health and social care. Now, it is perfectly fine to change your mind in that year, because that's what it's all about. But you need to be caring and you need to be kind, okay? Lots of emphasis on maths and English, and I teach the maths as well, which I love. So hopefully they'll still let me do that next year. And I really want everybody to feel confident and comfortable and just smash those assessments and just get on. Anything I've forgotten, Helene, about level 1?
No, other than lots of people start on level 1 and now doing their degrees, aren't
Yes, they are. They are. And I've got a gentleman this year who is starting on level 1 because he's doing so well. There's every chance he's going to go to level 3, straight to level 3. So it can happen.
And I have someone on level 3 who started with you
That's
on level
right.
1, and he's looking to
Absolutely.
do his degree next year.
You know what, things happen, and sometimes exams don't go to plan, or, you know, life gets in the way. It doesn't mean that, you know, young people aren't capable. And that's what we're here for, to show you actually you are brilliant. And we'll help you all the step, every step of the way.
And another really important aspect is the work placement bit that Melanie and Julie are going to talk to you about in a moment. It really does give you that head start that other courses don't have, because by the time you qualify or go to university, you've got all that placement experience that gets your foot in the door and shows that you are capable of working with children.
The other thing that we should say, shouldn't we, Neve, is that we are one childcare family.
We are.
We are a really, really close-knit course. We are a very tight group. We all become really, really good friends, and all of our students absolutely love coming here. In fact, we have to push them out the door when their course is finished because they don't want to leave.
You'll often find me in Sue's room,
Yeah,
or
we
you know,
all
Kathy's
interact
room.
together.
Yeah.
And next year we're hoping to all go to Italy on a childcare trip to see some of the fabulous works they're doing in Reggio Emilia nurseries over there.
Lovely.
So we have done it once before, but hopefully when travel restrictions are gone, we should be going again.
Fantastic. Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. So we're going to let Melanie and Julie talk a little bit about placement. Placement is where you go into those placements to work with the children, like I spoke about. And these lovely ladies are our assessors. They're the ladies that will sort it all out for you and come and see you when you're in the assessment room. So I'll let them talk about it now.
Thanks, Sue. Hi, I'm Melanie James, and I'm the placement officer and assessor for Great Yarmouth. And so you'd be working with me. I help you to find your work placements. And as Sue and Helene have sort of already told you a little bit about, that can be in a baby room. So you'd be sort of interacting with really small babies. We'd also then have placements with toddlers, working with sort of 2 to 3 year olds. And then we also often have school placements where you'll be in a reception class at a school. On top of that, we also have other opportunities where you could actually get places in James Paget Hospital and different places like that. Working with children with additional needs is also a placement that some people like to go to, and we have all of those opportunities for you. The way placement works is you'd be with Sue or Neve or Kathy for 3 days a week, and then the other 2 days you'd be out at placement. I help you to find those placements. So I try and put you to somewhere where you live, close by to where you live, so that you're not having to travel so far, because I know that lots of you might live out in the villages and things, so you're already traveling a long way to get to college. So I do try and sort of support you with that. We've got over 50 different placements available to us, so there's lots of opportunities. So you'll be in a baby room for some of your hours, a toddler room, and a school, and that's kind of it, really. I'll help you to find those places, and then you just get to underpin everything that Sue has been, or the teachers have been teaching you during the week. You then get to go and experience, put your practice into practice in the settings as well. So hopefully you'll have lots of fun there, because that is the job. So hopefully that's the bit that you'll get the most enjoyment and fun from. I'll pass you on to Julie.
Right, hello, I'm Julie Southgate. I'm the placement officer at the Lowestoft campus, and so I visit students on the level 2 and level 3 courses. You know, like Melanie, I will help you to support you to find those placements, and I hope to get placements that are near to where you live, because Suffolk's a big county. And you know, you won't necessarily want to be coming into Lowestoft every day unless you can, you know, you really have to. Because you're going to be working with young children, you will need to have a DBS check, which is a disclosure and barring check, which just makes sure that you're a suitable person to work in the childcare sector. And we do that early on in the course, in fact, probably before you start. So you just need to bring some ID and stuff in, and then you're going to start your journey. I feel that my job is to make you the best practitioner you can be. So you learn with Sue and Neve, and on the Lowestoft campus with Alistair and Grace and Carol. And through the assessments that Melanie and I do in your work placement, we'll give you some feedback and advice to make you the best practitioner you can be by the end of the course. We assess you in placement and also by discussions, and some other little bits of like reflective practitioner accounts and that kind of thing. I don't think we've mentioned it's 250 hours in placement at level 2 and 750 at level 3. And then we hope that maybe next year that the level 1s will get a short placement just for kind of a week or 2 weeks, to just get that flavour of what placement's all about before they head on their journey to level 2, either in health and social care or childcare. That's me.
Julie, would you tell us a little bit about some of the enriching activities we do with the Forest School and Beach School, please, as well?
I can, yeah. So yeah, another part of my role and my beach buddy Neve is that we do some enrichment activities. So you're learning a bit about how children learn outside of the classroom, so through forest school activities and through beach school activities. So that can be part of the programme. We also have guest speakers coming in that, you know, this year I've had somebody talk about phonics. We've had settings talk about life in a baby room, because not everybody has had that opportunity this year because of the lockdown situation. So there are lots of opportunities to kind of learn about the other things other than just what's needed for the criteria of your course.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, that's brilliant. Well, thank you everybody for taking us through through the courses and some of those enrichment activities as well. That sounds great. So now it's time for your questions. So as I said, pop anything you'd like to ask into the Q&A box, you type them in there, and then I will read them out and ask everybody live. So we've already had a couple come in, so I'll get started with those. So the first question is, will the level 3 childcare course give me UCAS points?
Yes, it does. It's your UCAS points and entry to university. The amount of UCAS points you get depends whether you finish the course with a pass, a merit, or a distinction, basically an A star. So, but to go to university, you want a good overall B, which we showed, but it's all UCAS points and it's all university entry, yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. Somebody else has asked, I'm not sure if we touched on this or not, how will I be assessed at each of the levels? Is there different assessments, or is it all done very similar?
On level 3, you will study 15 different units, and for each unit you have to write written assessments. You also have, over 2 years, you will have a small exam each year, which Cash set. So there is an exam in the first year and an exam in the second year. You also have to pass your observation assessments with Melanie or Julie when they go in, and to get your professional practice portfolio. So there's a lot of assessment that goes on. So every unit has a written work attached to it. Each year, over the 2 years, you'll do 2 exams. They're not like GCSEs, though. They're much different. You are allowed books, you're allowed internet access, so you can research, you can look up. So it's more like writing an assignment live, if you like. The only difference is that we're not allowed to help you, but you can have all your books there, you can have everything there. We very rarely get anyone fail. So that's not a big worry. It's not like sitting a GCSE, so it's not like that. And I say there's just the assessment in placement, which Melanie or Julie can tell you about. Yes, no?
So the assessments in placement, we would plan those together. So I would meet with you individually, and we would look through your criteria and see what areas you'd like to cover. So you'll have things like physical, we might make a plan to cover some physical activity with the children, literacy, maths. We might do something with a child who has additional needs. There's lots of different areas that we'll cover. We'll write a plan together, and then make an arrangement for us to come out and to observe you. And whilst there, you'll have your activity plans, and you will carry out the plan with the child or the group of children that you're working with, and I will just sit up the corner with my notebook and sort of observe you that way, sort of out at practice and with the children, and that's how we get through the observations, that way for me, out at placement.
Yeah, and we also do professional discussions where we'd sit and chat, just with you. We'd plan that in advance. You'd have the criteria that you need to meet, and then either you'd sit with Melanie or I and have a conversation to cover some of the criteria that way. And also we ask you to write reflective accounts, but obviously you get lots of support and help in the first instance to learn how to write a reflective account. It's just like it's a bit like a diary entry kind of thing, with your thoughts and feelings about how things have gone in placement.
Great, thank you. And Julie and Melanie, this is probably another one for you. Somebody's asked, do you move around placement? So do you do a variety of different roles, or can you choose a placement and stay at it if you've got a particular career route in mind?
You have to cover all 3 areas. So you have 50 hours that you have to do in the baby room, and then you have to experience working with the toddlers, and then you do need to experience the 3 different age ranges. We like you to sort of try and stay in those placements so you can really get your feet under the table, know your way around the rooms that you're working in, get to know the children and build those relationships, rather than, sort of keep swapping and changing sort of frequently. So there is some movement, but not too much. It's a fine balance.
And on the level 2 program, they usually tend to stay in the same placement for the whole year. So the idea of the level 2 course is it's an introduction, and so building that confidence and building those skills within one placement is is more beneficial. But obviously we would move people if they were really not enjoying it, or really wanted to experience something else.
Yeah, okay, that's great, thank you. And I think this might be our final question. Somebody said, I haven't had a chance to visit the college yet. Where will I be learning and what are the facilities like? I think, Helene, and you're sat in one of the rooms, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, we're sat in one of our rooms here in Great Yarmouth. I don't know if we can turn it round, but still.
Yeah, we can see a bit, yeah.
So we've got a lovely classroom at Yarmouth and at Lowestoft, and we try and make the most of our craft activities and all the different. Sorry.
Yes, sorry.
Put me off a little.
Amateur cameraman,
yeah,
sorry.
All the different resources and things that we've got. We're a really well-resourced department, and we try and get you involved in as much of it as possible.
And this classroom has got a garden attached to it as well, where we do outdoor activities for children. We've got lots of things like water features and little trim trails and all kinds of equipment. So when we do teach you about play, you're actually going to be playing yourselves with lots and lots of different activities.
And as Julie said, we try and get you out on the beach as well, to teach you those skills that practitioners really want. So we try and get our students ahead of the game there as well. We've got lots of different schools and professionals who want to do the course, and our students already have access to that.
And the other thing in the college as well, we've got eating houses, we've got a professional gym, there's hair and beauty salons. It's a very large college with lots and lots of facilities. There's so much you can do, and lots of areas of social spaces if you want to. But your classroom will become your own room. So like if you're someone that doesn't really like socializing in big busy spaces, you can have your lunch in your classroom, and other people aren't allowed in except your classmates. So it's just your own private little space. We've got our own kitchen and microwave and kettles and things there. So if you want to stay in a space that you feel safe in, then you can. Yeah.
Okay, that's lovely, thank you, brilliant. And just also worth saying for anyone that hasn't yet had the chance to visit our college, we have got some open days coming up. They are on June the 23rd and June the 24th. So our Lowestoft and Great Yarmouth campuses will be open on those dates. And if you head to our website now, you can book a slot to come and visit us. So if you haven't had a look yet, please do make sure you come and see us then, and we can give you a full tour as well. Okay, that's great. I think that brings us to the end then. So thank you once again for joining us. You'll see on the screen now our website. So that's www.eastcoast.ac.uk. If you haven't yet applied, if you visit that website and find our childcare courses, you can find out some more information about the courses, and you can also hit the apply now button and fill your application in online. We've also got an email on screen, here to help @eastcoast.ac.uk. If there's anything you think of after this session, or anything else you'd like to find out about, perhaps the support we offer as a college, student finance, that type of thing, that's a really great email. If you send them an email, and a member of our team will get back to you, and they can arrange a call or a chat or whatever's most convenient. So thanks again for joining us, and we hope to be able to see you all very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.